Welcome everyone to a beautiful night here in Bratislava in Slovakia, one of the largest city in Slovakia. We're right by the border of Vienna, and a lot of trams are passing around this time of night. I assume these are the last trams of the night. And today we're going to just go for a nice gentle stroll through Bratislava, through the old city, as I head back to my Airbnb, because tomorrow I'm off to another fun adventure. I'm so excited to show you tomorrow's location. But let me know where you're watching from. I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist. And I was out drinking with my friends. Two of my friends who are on the road trip. And we met up with another person who loves to write about architecture here in Bratislava, and we just were at the KGB bar right over here enjoying ourselves. And right here is Evan. And Evan, I think Evan's going to continue off on his own with the other two people. But how was the night so far?
Are we live?
I'm live. Yeah. How was the night drinking?
Wonderful. Well,
yeah.
Hi everybody.
Yeah.
It's just such a fabulous city.
It is. Yeah.
It has such a great vibe. Quiet bars, very well lit.
Very.
Like speakeasies, that you can have a nice, friendly, meaningful conversation without being overwhelmed by sounds and noise and nonsense. So we had a really good time. This was perhaps our best night so far in the trip.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, and we didn't go to any art museums, so we're still alive.
Yeah.
I'm making a hostile reference.
No, Bratislava totally rocks in a very kind of subdued and lovely way. I have a very good feeling about this town.
Oh, right. All right, so you're going to head off for a little bit more. I'll go and do this live. I'll see you a little bit later.
Yeah, enjoy. And
enjoy.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, we're still here. There's a lot more to see and do.
Definitely. You'll see Evan more soon. All right, I'm going to continue walking. So welcome, everyone. Nice to see you here. Let me know where you're watching from. So I was at the KGB bar with Evan and a few other people. And I'll show you the inside of this bar. And right here is the inside of the KGB bar. Look at that. So there's a bar themed after the equivalent of the CIA, the intelligence agency of the Soviet Union. And I think the KGB is still the same now into modern day Russian Federation. And earlier today we had some food. We had some bone marrow, which is very interesting. We had the classic haluška, which is a classic Slovakian dish, which I depicted a similar version of it yesterday, which is this kind of potato pasta, a potato gnocchi with cheap cheese and some bacon bits on top, which is amazing. Nearby brewery. And right here we have So a few people are asking, have I had a few drinks? I have had a few drinks. The bars are starting to close, and that's why we're hearing a lot of commotion, because Bratislava is very quiet during the weekday. And I think the bars are closing just around this time. The KGB bar we were just at, they told us it was closing at 11:40. So I assume they just want people out by midnight for sure. And we were at the restaurant nearby, and they said by 11, they were shut. So they also told us that they were closing. So it's a pretty early city. I'm not sure if it changes in the summer. But it is nice to hang out. There are certain places open. At least you can do something until pretty much at midnight. I'm not sure if there's much to do after midnight here. But yeah, I've had a few drinks. I had a few beers. We had a few shots of traditional Slovakian liquors. Most of them made with plums, which is very fascinating. So yeah, it was a nice night. Almost says the algorithm is loving vertical. The algorithm is loving vertical. And it's partly why I decided to go live right now vertical in order to give it a try and see how it is. Oleg says, peace to you. Hey man, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate that. Oh, a lot of people are in here. Hey, Moon Goddess, nice to see you here. Hey, Oleg, welcome. KGB was mostly counterintelligence rather than political police. Thank you so much, Oleg. Yeah. Ariel, you should be sleeping. It's midnight here. It is indeed midnight here. It is midnight. I prefer the horizontal look, but still love your videos anyway. Yeah, Jer, I'll be back horizontal tomorrow. You know, I did this amazing tour by a tour company called Authentic Slovakia. The tour guide he preferred not to do a live video, so I ended up filming short videos out of it, which will be posted soon. And we learned all about the Cold War history of Bratislava, the capital of Slovakia, where we're located right now. Fascinating stuff. We went to basically the Iron Curtain, with the border between the east and the west of the Cold War, and that was really fascinating. We saw one of the densest areas in all of Europe as well, because they built all this huge, massive Soviet-style housing throughout the city, and we learned so much. And I ended up filming about an hour and 30 minutes of it, which if you're a patron, you'll get full access to the entire thing. Otherwise, I'll be posting shorter clips online for people to enjoy on all the platforms as short videos. So stay tuned for that. I'm super excited to start posting that soon. But this tour was like 3 hours and a half. It was quite expansive. It was a little bit more actually, about 4 hours. And by the time I got back to the Airbnb, I was with Evan and with our third friend. I was pooped. I just had to go sleep, and I slept. I just crashed. We'll go through here. I just crashed. Moon Goddess says, you must go to Prague. Almo says, tipsy editing is the best. I'm not sure if I'll have too much energy to edit tonight, because I'm going to go on an interesting adventure tomorrow. So I'm not sure if I'll have the energy, but I'm excited to show you those short videos very, very soon. This city's so beautiful. You find the odd taxi. So pro tip, Uber does not work here, and if you're European, Free Now does not work here, which is another great app for many other countries. The app you have to use here is Bolt, B-O-L-T. It's a very easy app, so, just like Uber. There is an option to pay cash. I would just recommend doing the credit card option, so you don't need to handle with cash. But download Bolt. If you're traveling to Slovakia, download it before you come here. It'll be a lot easier. Does it feel safe walking around midnight? Sharon, I generally feel safe. Yes. It's a great question. Cynthia says, does it ever snow here? I think usually this time of year is snowing. I think we're just having an unusually warm winter right now here in Central Europe. And here, wow, this is so interesting. Seems so calm here at night. Yeah, it really is calm here. I'm hearing like a club here. Angels Cabaret Club. There we go. And there's Channel's nightclub right over here. And here we're kind of what maybe used to be a channel. I'm not sure what this was. Here's the full moon. People are asking me what's the next stop. Thank you so much for asking, Dwayne. You have to just stay tuned. I wish it would snow while here. Me too, Susie. It would have been fascinating to see these cities snowy. But no, it's an unusually warm winter in Central Europe. Hey, Wilma says, how are you? I enjoy your walks through your countries. So many countries you're visiting, and you know so much about them. Susie says, Vampire Day tomorrow? Vampire Day might be very soon. It won't be tomorrow. But it'll be very, very soon. It'll be very cool to do Vampire Day. So stay tuned. Hopefully I can live stream that. So we're hearing some Scottish accents right there. And these are the gates to the city. So of course, the city of Bratislava, like many other cities built many hundreds of years ago during the medieval era and before, were walled. And Bratislava was no exception. And this was one of what used to be many gates around the city, but now they're mostly gone. And Ida says there's even an echo. There even is an echo, yeah. There is an echo. But it's cool to see this little corner of the city. So beautiful. Sharon says, I absolutely love your vlogs. They're so interesting. I'm so glad you do. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ooh, Cafe Havana. Susie says, Ariel loves echoes. I really do. Okay, should I go through the dark alleyway with a creepy nightclub in the end of it, or should I go through this nicely, brightly lit street? Vote now or forever hold your peace. A creepy alleyway with a bar that's called the Half-Blind Pig. Sounds ominous. Or the brightly lit street with nice laughing locals, beautiful people walking about enjoying their time, or utter loneliness and despair down this dark alleyway. Choose now or forever hold your peace. Susie says creepy alleyway. Okay. Janice says coffee bar. There's no coffee bar this time. I wish there was. Sharon says bright street. Wendy says bright street. Isa says dark alley. Joffy says dark alley. C-Slant. Oh wow, this is kind of evenly split. I'm kind of shocked. People say the dark alley. All right. Let's check it out. Might as well. You voted. The responsibility is on you. If anything happens to me, it's on you. You voted for this. See what the half-blind pig is all about. It's the half-blind pig still open? No, the half-blind pig is not open. I don't think it is. No, the half-blind pig is not open, unfortunately. It is closed, but here's the speakeasy. So, alleyway didn't quite work out, but let's go back to the bright street. Hey, Alan says, love these trips. The alley might be fun. You know, Bratislava is a quiet city. Oh, pizza. But it's closed. Bratislava is a very quiet city. There's not much happening here at this time of night. The two bars we went to, one closed at 11, the other one closed at 11:45. So we are pretty out of luck. Even Fat Louis is closed. I'm not sure why Fat Louis is closed. Come on, with a name like Fat Louis, this should be open at least 2 a.m. But no. Maria says, hello Ariel and everyone. Nice exploring a dark alleyway in Bratislava. You know, that's what you can ask for. That's all you can ask for when you come to a city like Bratislava. You know, there's great movies like Euro Trip that were made here. Of course you want to come into a dark alleyway. Alright, so the woman right here is saying beautiful ladies in a strip club. Yeah. Let me know, how will you respond to such a statement that you hear in the middle of a random Bratislavan street? The Red Lion, a sports bar and karaoke bar. It's a beautiful city, even in the dark, says Sharon. It really is. Hello, Gabrielle. Nice to see you here. This is the Palace Apartments. Ooh. Wow. You should visit Vienna, says Cecilia. Should I? Do let me know. I love how you're exploring these hidden European gems. Always been curious about Bratislava. I do recommend Bratislava. I'm being sarcastic at the moment, but yes, I do recommend Bratislava. It is a wonderful, wonderful city. I was blown away by the tour I took today. I hope to be posting that tour very soon, so stay tuned for those clips on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels. It looks like a guy's night out, says Wilma. Hardly a woman to be seen. Yeah, not at the moment. Ida says amplified sounds if there are, says Ida. No amplified sounds at the moment. Is drunk boxing and sports as well? I haven't seen any legal sports here. So yeah, I would recommend Bratislava. I love the city. You know, there's not much to do at night. I think the perception of Bratislava might have been weirdly that it's a party city. And I think that might have been the case in the early 2000s. That's what, after chatting with a few people, that's what seems to be the case. And the movie like Euro Trip did depict Bratislava as this kind of crazy hangout late at night. It's not quite that, at least now. So this is not a nightlife spot. I'm not looking at a nightlife spot particularly, but it's not a nightlife spot at all. Hey, what are you guys doing here? Just wandering around. Hey.
Is it possible that this city of Bratislava is so small that we happen upon one another?
Yes, already a few times.
Oh, this is wonderful. We're going around in circles then, enjoying ourselves. This is beautiful. Bratislava, the one to watch for.
It is beautiful. Enjoy the rest of the night. Don't go to the half-blind pig. It's closed. Okay, so yeah, that was my friend Evan and the other friends. They're off to enjoy more of the night. I gotta go to sleep because I wanna show something really cool tomorrow, and I gotta get my rest. I gotta get my beauty sleep for a really special live video, and I'm filming extra videos tomorrow. Show you the main square. Susie says the mystery guy ran away. Whereabouts is your Airbnb? Says Sharon. Oh well, I'll let you know what the Airbnbs and the places I'm staying at later at the end of the trip. Here's another bar, also closing down. The Irish pub is closing down. Oh my god, even the Irish pub closes at 12? That's crazy. And that time, like most cities, some areas might be a little bit less safe, but rest assured the city center is very well lit, says Matt. Yes, it is. Checking out the Slovaks probably pisses them off, says Mitchell. What do you mean? Cuckoo says, can you drink there in the street? No. Slovakia is very similar to Poland. These two countries that I just been to recently, you cannot drink in the street. It is not allowed. And also, I just heard even for driving, if they catch you with even a little bit of alcohol, it's a serious ticket or something more. So they have a zero tolerance for alcohol out in the street or driving. And here's the main square. Look at this, one of the main squares. Wilma says, you make me very curious at what time tomorrow. If I were to do a live video, I don't know exactly what time. If I were to guesstimate, I would say closer to 3 p.m. Central European time. I can't make any guarantees, but that'll probably be the best estimate I can give you. Kathy says, this looks like a movie set. I mean, it basically is. Oh my god, how gorgeous this city is. This city is just magnificent. It's magnificent. Jared says, it's opposite here in a lot of U.S., in a lot of cities. Yeah, U.S. is interesting. Places are open pretty late. Drinking hours really end like about 2 a.m. in many U.S. cities. In New York, it's 4 a.m. I'm sure if you go to other bigger U.S. cities, it'll be 4 a.m. as well. But here it's very early. Very early. Here's a cool statue. Can't see this guy's face. Wow, this is stunning architecture. Is tourism their main industry, says Jose. No, Slovakia does not have much tourism. It has a little bit of tourism, but not really that much. It is pretty scant. And I think it's because people go to nearby cities like Vienna, Prague. They go to Budapest as well. All these cities are really nearby. Krakow is pretty close. So there's not that much tourism here. It's pretty underrated. People come apparently to Bratislava mostly as a day trip from Vienna. It's also only about an hour and something away from Vienna by bus or train. But otherwise, not that many people are coming out here. Oleg says, this is probably a good idea to walk off the alcohol before going to bed. I think it is. You know, when I'm out on the night of drinking, I like walking between places. When I'm out on the night of drinking, but we didn't walk around too many places. We only went to 3 places. It wasn't much walking between them. So yeah, it's nice to, if a night of drinking, of course, always drink responsibly. And if you don't want to drink, never feel pressured to do so. But if you do enjoy a nice night of drinking, I like walking in between it, or definitely right after it, because I think it's rather nice. Are you walking distance from where I'm staying? Yes, I am, Joe. Yeah, I am. Yeah. What languages are spoken here? Mostly Slovak, English, and people can understand Czech. And then many, it seems like some Slovakians understand German as well, or at least bits of German. And I heard Russian being spoken maybe by a few older people. We call that a pub crawl here. Yeah, we had a little pub crawl here. It was nice. Have the others live streamed from here, or are you the first? I'm sure someone has live streamed here at some point, but I think I might be the first one, really. I might be one of the very few people to have live streamed here. There's like a big YouTuber based here in Slovakia. I'm not sure if he's live streamed here. Is this where Melania is from? That's a good question. Where is our former First Lady from? Melania Trump. Is she Slovakian or is she Slovenian? Do let me know. I forgot. I don't know much about her, but I forgot. She's from one of these 2 countries. I think she might be Slovakian, if I'm correct. Wendy says, are you in Vienna? No, I'm in Bratislava. All right. Melania is from Slovenia. Oh, thank you so much. Slovenia. So Melania Trump, the former First Lady of the United States of America, is from Slovenia, not Slovakia, which we're currently located. Hello, Maritz. Nice to see you here. I heard some Essex, says Almo. Yeah, the majority of the tourists that are here, such as these roving groups of kids, you know, early 20-somethings, like teens, are mostly Brits. Yeah, a lot of Brits are here. I heard Irish, and I heard Scots as well here. So a lot of UK people and Ireland people are coming here to these parts. All right, I'm going to backtrack and go on the path I know. So I'm going to walk around for about 10 more minutes. Feel free to ask me any questions about traveling, about this trip, Euro trip. I'm not going to reveal where I'm going to next, but stay tuned. I'll be doing live videos through March 3rd and short videos as well. But I'm happy to answer any questions you might have about travel. So feel free to ask. How do you live stream 5G? Says Jose. I use eSIMs. I use 2 apps right now, Airlo and Nomad. But Nomad seems to offer better prices. It's much cheaper to use Nomad app for eSIMs. eSIMs is basically electronic SIM card, so you don't even need to buy a physical one. And they're great. I spent about $26 for 5G, 20 gigabytes. So it's not too bad. It's a pretty good deal. You can get a better deal if you buy a physical SIM card, but I'm on the go, so I don't have the time to buy a physical SIM card at all. David says, what's up, Ariel? Bratislava's on my list. What's your favorite thing here to do so far? I've spent so little time here, but I really learning about the Cold War history so far. So I really recommend coming here to learn about that. Daniel says, Bratislava impressed you more than you thought? Yes. I did not have a really good perception of Bratislava. The perception I had of Bratislava was more aligned with the movies, Eurotrip, and Hostel. Hostel is a horror film. They show Bratislava in a very negative light. Eurotrip shows Bratislava kind of this like, I gotta see Eurotrip again, but the impression is like a very poor, hedonistic party place. It's not quite that either. I really had no other conception of Bratislava aside from those two properties. So I assumed that that was Bratislava. This rather poor, more rundown, more industrial city that had very little to offer. If I were going to be completely straight with you. However, I'm glad that that was not the case. You know, perceptions are a tricky thing. We know about many cities as Americans. We know about Paris. We know about London. We even know about parts of Scotland and Ireland and maybe places like Italy as well. But not every country is represented in depth in American media as those other places. So Bratislava in Slovakia is one of those. We barely have much media about these two places. So that said, we don't have too much perception, we don't have too much media representing these cities. So as an American growing up, I really didn't have too much. And I've never been particularly interested in reading the history of Central Europe. You know, I know some of it. I know about the Austro-Hungarian Empire. I know about World War II. I know about World War I. But I haven't bothered really ever reading about Slovakia specifically. So my perception of Slovakia and Bratislava specifically was very little. And coming here was eye-opening because I quite did not expect a city like this. It's a city with beautiful architecture. But right now we're in the historic center. But if you go outside the center, you have this beautiful modern architecture that you'll see in my short videos very soon of the cool car tour that I did earlier on a Skoda, which is this like old vehicle. And I'll show you a clip right now. Let me know if you want to see a tiny little clip of that car tour. The audio might be muffled. But I think it'll be worth showing you just a little bit.
This German language, for example, the name of this church is Blumenthal. It's a neo-Gothic church from just early 20th century, so it's newer than you might think. But German language definitely was the main language, as I mentioned to you, because 40% of population were actually Germans before the First World War, and Slovaks formed only 20% of the population. So it was very natural even for my grandfather to speak German, Slovak, and partially even Hungarian. And the dialect here was called so-called Prešporáčina, which was like local dialect that was combining German, Slovak, and partially Hungarian as well.
Okay, so that was a preview of the car tour I took earlier. If you want to see the full car tour, well, almost a full car tour, it was 4 hours. I filmed about an hour and a half of it. If you want to see the full uncut one, you can become a patron, patreon.com/urbanist. But I'll be posting shorter versions of it. One of them will be about like 4 minutes long, and the other ones will be about 1 minute long each, about this car tour through Cold War Bratislava. Right now the guy was talking about other things, but we got into Cold War monuments. Very fascinating stuff. So stay tuned for those short videos. I'm so hyped to show it to you. And yes, we were riding in a classic Skoda from 1971. A Skoda, which is this old Czechoslovakian car, and the company still exists. It was bought out by Volkswagen, but some of those cars are still produced here in Slovakia, in nearby Czech Republic. Trevor says, how you pull up a random video in your live, bro? It's magic, Trevor. You know, I've developed the ability to do magical things on live video for centuries. I mean, for months. You know, I definitely am not an immortal who's lived for centuries, but nonetheless, I've developed these set of skills that I'm able to live stream and put up videos and photos using the power of my mind. Hey, Victoria says, how are you able to navigate these new cities without a map? Victoria, you know, I have a special knack for it. Adam says, did you eat? Yes. I showed the video. Susie says, I should try the pizza with corn. I wish I could, but Pizza Solo is closed. I'm not sure why Pizza Solo is closed. So this is a good question. How am I able to navigate? You know, I look at the maps. You know, that's simple. I look at maps. B, I have a phone. So I can worst case emergency, I can look at my phone. When I'm doing a live video, I can switch to the map, or sometimes I have a second phone. But generally, I'm just wandering around. I generally know my direction. The reason for that is I have very good spatial awareness. When my parents gave me an IQ test when I was very young, and it's normal to get IQ tests as an American. I'm not sure if this is normal in other countries. But one of the things that IQ tests for is what's called spatial awareness. It's this sense of where you are in relation to space and time. And you would think that this would be common sense for a lot of people, but no. Not everyone is able to feel oriented in whatever location they're in. They don't always have a great sense of orientation of what part of an area they're located in, or how to get back to an area they were at. And I do. I've had that. I scored very high in spatial awareness when I was very young. So I think this is this innate ability that I've had. And I think anyone who's like a navigator or works in geography, or someone who's a map maker or surveyor, or someone who's a video game designer, you know, that skill helps a lot of careers, and it's helped me for sure. This sense of spatial awareness. So that said, I think that's the best way I can explain why I can figure where I'm walking to without really thinking about it too much. I just have a sense of where I'm headed. I've certainly gotten lost on live videos before. You can certainly see that. But more often than not, I've been able to find my way. Oh, look. Security. Taking a bike down. Excuse me. Luckily, I have a nice dessert waiting at home. Carlos says, what did you eat yesterday? Many things, Carlos. I ate and I ate. I'll show you some photos of food that I've consumed in the past few days. As I'm standing here in the quiet streets of Bratislava. There's a few dishes throughout the past few days. There you go. Oh, Slovak food. As a brief rag out, we have pork schnitzel. It's a huge, just a Slovakian kind. Kim says I gotta get that mouth FOMO again. Yeah, the food here has blown you away. So tonight is my last night in the beautiful country of Slovakia. I have a few more short videos to post, but tonight will be it for Slovakia. I love this country, and I can't wait to come back. You know, it's a very interesting country. I think there's more to uncover, more history here. I could definitely do a few more videos here. I could definitely spend maybe a week or 2 weeks more in Slovakia and explore more of this area. I'm not getting too many views on my short videos, but that's okay. Some places just have to be explored. But I do recommend coming here. If you can, come to Bratislava, go to Orava Castle, which is the castle I showed you earlier, and enjoy yourself here in this place that's untouched by tourism. We are in the middle of Europe, and yet this is untouched by tourism, basically. I'm sure there's a few other places that are untouched by tourism, but for a place that's beautiful like this, expansive, safe, they're doing fairly well economically. This is stunning to see a place like this not be touched by tourism yet. And it's rare in Europe. You know, Europe, there's a lot of people going to Paris and Rome and Vienna and Budapest and Prague and even Helsinki and Copenhagen, but not too many people here. And that's, I think, really special. I really enjoy coming here and seeing a city that is as beautiful as these other cities that I've just mentioned, but yet there's barely tourism. And you can really get a sense of how a city functions without tourism. I'm trying to get it to a bigger point, but I'll leave it at that because I gotta think more about this. But to me, I find it fascinating. I haven't really experienced this as a traveler to Europe, as a traveler in North America. I haven't experienced going to a place where there's barely tourists in a place that's beautiful like this. To me, it's fascinating. Let me know if you've done this. Janice says they are doing well economically. They are doing well economically indeed. And someone asked, what's the biggest industry? It wouldn't be tourism, for sure, but it could be car manufacturing. There's plenty of car manufacturing here, but I'm not sure if it's one of the biggest ones. They also produce a lot of opal. I think they're basically the only country that has opal mines, which is a very precious stone, for sure. Hello, Lorraine. Almost says the tourism needs new management. Your shirts are educational, says pineapple water. Hey, thank you so much. Is the language easy to understand for English speakers? No, it's not, Adam. It's very, very different. The Slavic languages are very different from English. Not that many words I can make out, even from reading them. No, very different languages. So no, unfortunately not. Okay, so for our final stop, do you guys want to see the UFO Bridge? Let me know. And someone told me I look like The Weeknd. They do not look like The Weeknd. I'm not sure where you're getting that from. Definitely do not look like him. Joe says they give me an IQ test, but I couldn't find the room where the test was. All right, let me know if you want to see the UFO Bridge for our final stop here. I gotta catch on some sleep. I'm so excited to sleep because tomorrow we're going to go to a very special place. And I'm super hyped to do at least one awesome live video there. So stay tuned tomorrow. We're gonna go to a very, very special place. I'm so excited. I'm really excited actually. I'm like this specific location, which I won't reveal. I am hyped. I am hyped. Yeah. All right. Here's the UFO Bridge. Over here. I'll show you more. Let's get out of the way of the trees. Here's the highway. So yesterday's live video, I started very close around the corner, right around here. Cuckoo says, I was thinking to the spaceship many times. Oh, cool. What was it? Were the aliens cool? Marianne says, I'm much more handsome than The Weeknd. Oh, thank you so much. Marianne, can you tell me, can you tell that to, can you spread the word on that? I would appreciate that. Food Plane says, I agree, Ariel. That's why I appreciate you showing this part of the world. Czech Republic was high on my list, but I feel like I visit Bratislava before I visit Prague now. I would say combine it. Don't just do Bratislava on its own. It's not Bratislava. I'm praising it, but it's not a singular destination. I think Bratislava will be better paired with one of the nearby cities. As I mentioned, Krakow, Prague, Budapest, or Vienna. They're all nearby, so it'll be great. Right here is the SMP Bridge. This stands for the Slovak National Uprising, which was during World War II, 83,000 strong, resisted German occupation. And when the communists took over the Soviet Union, they praised the uprising, saying that the uprising was actually a communist uprising. Technically, it wasn't true. The uprising was partly democratic. There were some elements of communism in there. But nonetheless, they took credit, and so the Soviets leaned into it, and they encouraged building monuments to the uprising. And that's why you see monuments all around Slovakia of the uprising, including this huge bridge, which at the very top is a restaurant. And at that restaurant, you'll find a toilet where you can piss and do your business, number 2. But you'll be facing the communist side of the city and not the old town. I'm not sure if they did that on purpose. Who knows? And a lot of people now affectionately call it the UFO Bridge. Apparently, the Slovaks might refer to it as UFO. But this, the UFO Bridge is now endearingly called. And is this a Bolt UFO taxi? I wish there was a taxi service with the UFO. At least in there. I unfortunately don't have enough time in Bratislava, in Slovakia. Today's my last day. This looks like Flushing Park Needle. Yes, it does. Yeah. I see you're still around. Did you have a nice dinner? Yes, I did have a nice dinner. I didn't live stream it, but check out my dinner from last night. Sudi says the BQE needs a UFO. The BQE does need a UFO. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Stay tuned. Tomorrow I will be going live from a really cool place. I'm really excited to show you one of the more interesting places in Europe. Thank you, everyone. This is a 2-week road trip. If you want to become a patron and lend your support, go to patreon.com/urbanist. You get access to bonus videos, such as full uncut tours. You know, sometimes these short videos that I post are about a minute long. If you see them on YouTube, on Instagram, they can be about 3 minutes long, on TikTok as well. And sometimes I film them for much longer. Like the salt mines video. I posted that one publicly, but other ones I don't post them publicly for a myriad of reasons. And I end up filming them for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour long. And you get full access to those. Patreon.com/urbanist. And if you want to join a tour with my friend Evan, he's hosting Urbanist tours with his company Explorabilia. Go to tours.urbanist.live. Tours.urbanist.live. Or write !tours. The first tour is available in October 2024, but you can book another one. You can book one next year and enjoy yourself next year. Going to Greece. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Yes, you. Keep on exploring. Yes, I'm looking at you right now. Oh yeah, you right there. Keep on exploring. I'm serious. Stay curious, my friends. Have a good day. Bye-bye.